but in a positive way for the BCCI. I mean, they're the ones laughing and skipping all the way to the bank. All eyes on the big question of who will win the media rights for the Mega Cricket League. We may have the answers. Sources say the rights for the 2023-27 cycle have been sold at a whopping 44,000 crore rupees. According to reports, Star Disney has won the bids for the TV rights. They've paid about 23,500 crores, which is a premium of 30% over base price. Meanwhile, Viacom has reportedly won the digital media rights at 20,500 crores, which was a premium of 70% over the base price. Shriniwas Rao, Cricket Editor, Times of India, and Karan Taurani, SVP Research Analyst, is joining us on the show. He's from Elara. Mr. Rao, great to have you on the show. This is all according to what you expected, or are you a little wowed by the numbers today?
No, I'm not wowed at all. I'm not wowed at all. I'm saying this is still going to go beyond 50,000 crore. Oh, this has not come to an end yet.
Even for A and B, even for category A and B.
Am I there?
I'm saying even for category A and B, you're saying it's going to go beyond.
A and B is over, and A and B have finished picking up whatever they had to, and that collective price that we saw that went for 44,075 crore for 410 matches, and all of that is done. Now we have moved on to package C. Now there are, we don't know the bidder names of the bidders. The bidders are under wraps right now, but I can tell you that there are 3 different parties gunning for package C. So now they're not going to make it any easy. Remember one thing, for the shareholding that Disney has in the West, it has to, kind of come and say that, they are going after package, after digital. So they will be contenders in package C from a bid perspective. And Viacom is not going to let it go because obviously, the companies won that's one package B will go for package C at any cost. So you're going to see a very, very fierce contest here tomorrow morning. And I am expecting this to touch the 50,000 mark. I won't be surprised if it goes beyond the 50,000 mark.
Oh, wow. Karan, you've been tracking these numbers very closely. Do you think it's worth the kind of money they're bidding? I mean, look at the fact is that in this season of IPL, viewerships went down to some extent, didn't they?
So I think the viewership went down on TV by close to 30% as per PARC numbers. But I don't think there's too much to draw on that. I think we saw a situation wherein things are moving, from online to offline. It was a transition phase which is there. I think TV definitely will see concerns over the medium to long term as well, as far as viewership share is concerned. But I don't see such a sharp drop. I think the viewership drop will be close to about 2 to 3% odd. So we are probably estimating, that the TV viewership will largely be flattish. But I think the bigger delta here clearly is digital. So I think these premiums are justified as far as digital media is concerned, the 70% premium, over the base price. So currently, as we speak, IPL as a property, 70% of the revenue for the incumbent today is coming from TV and 30% is from digital. But if you look at the base price and if you look at the bidding that is happening right now, the cost of content is moving closer to 47-48% for digital, if you were to include the cluster right match which is there. So the point I'm trying to make is that, in terms of content cost, digital will surely move up. And that is primarily, building the expectations this medium will see over the medium to long term. So there is a potential of good 30 to 35% growth for the digital media segment as we speak right now. Because both guns are firing. India as a market is highly underpenetrated. The digital story has just taken off about 3 to 4 years back. And you will probably see a growth of more than 30% on both AVOD and SVOD over the next 5 years, and which is propelling this sharp premium on digital. So that's one, the growth story which is there. I think the second big factor is the strategic perspective over here. So if you look someone like an RIL, in terms of, or a Jio, why would they be interested, in the digital rights is because of the subscriber addition or the subscriber retention. Something like a Disney gets a very good strategic value, out of their Hotstar entity in India. Something like a Sony Live or a ZEE5, if they were contenders in the digital rights, they were, vouching very aggressively for it because they wanted a higher valuation for the OTT business. So, what digital rights actually do is that, they enable a lot of cross-selling opportunity for the existing content the platform has. And subscriber acquisition, subscriber retention
No,
becomes a very
one
much
sec,
easier
Karan. So in
process.
that context, what changes this time round? So far, what we saw in IPL was the same media house was broadcasting on TV and on digital. This time round, we will have a different platform for TV and digital, possibly could be a different platform for just 18 special matches, the most watched one. What does that do to consumer habits, and does it mean that there's less value left on the table for all of these bidders?
I think there's not much of an impact in terms of consumer habit, because we are firm believers that, in a country like India, TV and digital both will coexist. Definitely, TV will not see growth rates as high as digital, but I don't see the decline also coming sharply from here on. And digital is more of an add-on thing which is there. So TV ARPUs are phenomenally cheap in India, and I don't see people doing cord cutting in large numbers. And digital is more of convenience viewing which is there. So I think, any which ways, if you see today in terms of subscription, there's no kind of a bundling which is there for TV and digital. So, rather than someone subscribing to a Hotstar, will probably subscribe to a Geo platform now, and probably will continue with the, Star TV subscription on TV as per media reports in terms of, if you were to say that, Star is bought the TV rights and Geo is bought the digital rights. So I don't see any change in terms of consumer habits or any negative impact in terms of the consumer facing any issues for consumption.
Let's talk about those 18 matches, KSR, and that's where it gets really exciting, isn't it? Because even after winning everything, there's another fight for the 18 matches. I mean, the BCCI has really played it smart this time round.
The tender document that has been brought out by the BCCI is a winner here. I don't know who's winning what bucket, but the ITT has won this this auction, primarily because of this package C that we are talking about, because the kind of premium that you have had to you will have to pay no matter what price. Okay, I mean, I still think that, if this was only about package B, digital rights as we know it for a property as big as the IPL, I think the price at which Viacom has walked away with it is a very good price, and I'm really surprised that Hotstar, for the kind of numbers that it has to retain, it did not pursue this space more aggressively. So if I were to look at the build-up that was happening coming into this auction, I would say that, Viacom has walked away with a very good deal. But then, how good a deal does this really continue to remain after package C gets sold? That is the question here, and that is what makes this tender document so brilliant. And I think, the package C is the game changer here. Look at the players still in the fray, because, as I said, Disney is not going to let go of this. So they are still very much in it. Z5 has a play here from, it gives them enough leverage, to kind of have those weekend games and those finals. The cost is less, cost of acquisition is less. But who is the cost of acquisition more for? It is obviously for Viacom, because again, they have already bought the elephant, now they have to buy the tail. So it's pretty impressive the way BCCI package.
I think it's also, Mr. Rao, it's also reflective of where viewership is moving, right? That there is such little gap between broadcast and digital prices.
But I still think the TV got a very good number. Yes, the expected number was to supposedly touch around 60, but the number at which TV has stopped is a money-making number. This is not going to, number that at which TV has stopped is still going to make money for television. So I don't think it's a winning number. And digital again, at which it has stopped, this is exactly what the market was talking about. But then the thing is, where does package C take this? And that is the only aspect that could probably make this a little,
Who are the contenders there who can come and spoil the game for Viacom now? Karan, I was told you have to leave. Do you have time for one more question?
No, I can take one more question.
Okay, so then let me come to you. Who do you think, since package C is the whole excitement coming tomorrow, who do you think are the contenders who could spoil the game for these two players, for Viacom and for Disney Hotstar, presuming as per sources that they're the ones who've backed the rights today?
So I think clearly, if you look at, the existing bidders in terms of the players who have won existing, in terms of, Viacom winning the digital right and, Star winning the TV rights. I think one person who can be a spoil sport obviously is Star. So since they have not got the digital rights, they will bet very hard for the non-exclusive rights, because clearly these are matches wherein the viewership numbers are close to 40% higher as compared to the normal matches in terms of average viewers. So I think they are going to have a big play here. Second, of course, Sony Z, because they were not able to get the TV and digital rights, they are going to bid very aggressively over here because it will give them something at least. And what it does is that once you have some sort of a sports offering, or once you have some sort of an IPL offering on your platform, it really increases your MAU by a big margin. So look at something like a Z5 today. They are doing an MAU number of close to 100 million. Something like a Hotstar is doing 300 million plus. So I think both these players will be fighting it very hard. Plus the existing incumbent, if Jio has won the digital rights, I think they will fight equally hard as well to retain the exclusivity factor, so that the dilution is not there in terms of ad revenue. So it's going to be a very tough fight, for the package C offering for tomorrow.
Big picture comment. Yes, I know you want to come in, KSR, but big picture comment on what this means. Of course, BCCI becomes much richer. What should they do with all of that money, and what does it tell you about the phenomenal success that is IPL?
Sorry. See, I just first complete, the package C bit, and just add a bit there. That this is my, again, I am only like kind of making a strong guess here. Doesn't matter the competition. Viacom will go wherever it takes, whatever it takes to get that package. Because remember, exclusivity alone is the name of the game here. It doesn't matter where Sony is coming from, Z is coming from, or Disney is coming from. My bit here is that Viacom will go all the way. And as far as the package, as in from a BCCI perspective, this is concerned, from an Indian Premier League perspective, this is concerned, I'm already looking at the volume of difference that this is going to make to the league. Yesterday I was talking about the numbers where it's already gone past the EPL numbers from a per match perspective as to what the IPL is now earning. And beyond that, imagine the kind of difference that is going to make to the players, for the salaries that players draw, for the numbers that franchisees draw. It's going to have a complete 360-degree effect on the entire ecosystem. And I still haven't been able to put a finger in determining in how many ways this is going to change IPL forever.
Okay, so
we also did a math here, in terms of the top leagues of the world, say top 15 leagues of the world. The mean price or the average price of all these leagues on a per match basis in terms of media rights cost was about 24 million. So assuming that the media rights tomorrow are born at 50,000 crores, the per match cost roughly will be about $18 million odd dollars. Still, I think it is a big shortfall of about 25-30% versus averages. So the point is that definitely it will surpass EPL, but it is still much lower if you look at the other leagues in terms of NBA, NFL, which are there. So there is a potential for this to grow in the future as well.
Yeah, broadcasters have to now find someone to pay for all of this. Advertising money has to come in. So the struggle has only started on the business side, but for viewers, it's all good news. So
Tamanna, a quick word here is that as I've been saying this all along in the build-up to the auction, and I think it's only imperative that I say it now once again, is that what we saw on sale here, only from a digital perspective, I'm saying this because TV again is a completely different space. But from a digital perspective, where I'm coming from is that cricket wasn't on sale today and yesterday. Eyeballs was on sale.
Yes.
Cricket was only the strategy tool that was being used to So I don't think the party that went and won the digital rights did not win it to be on the television screen of people's home, but to be in the living rooms of people's home. So that's the difference.
No, of course the eyeballs are on sale. If you're not paying for something, you are the product. So all of the avid fans of IPL is what is in a sense on auction today. Thank you so much to both of you for joining us on this very interesting chat. And the game is still on. The big bid still continues tomorrow. Thanks once again.